This is a video on getting acquainted with electronics and its applications. Electronics, we all know, is a branch of science and technology which makes use of controlled motion of electrons through different media and vacuum. The devices which make use of this flow of valence electrons lead to different types of devices, and the applications of these particular devices are used in different electronic applications. The devices commonly use semiconductor components, and they are related actually with the branch of physics, but the applications in electronic circuits using different varied applications are used in day-to-day life. There are a number of applications of electronics in day-to-day life. There are different fields such as communication electronics, medical electronics, power electronics, optoelectronics, consumer electronics, agri-electronics, instrumentation, process control, computers. So we use electronics in wide variety of spheres, and there are a number of applications. Maybe we are not aware that these are all applications of electronics. The event today in this COVID situation, where people are confined to their homes, the teaching and learning process is in process. It is through online education. There are a number of other work which are going on in the online manner. How is it all possible? It is possible because of the computers, because of the various softwares, and all the electronic communication that is taking place today. So electronics is a big aid and a big helping tool even in this communication scenario of the COVID situation today. Communication electronics is used to communicate, and there are different varieties like line communication, wireless communication, audio systems. In line communication, we have examples of the telephone system and the telegraphy system. We have seen number of advancements even in the telephone system, from old systems to new digital systems and digital exchanges. There are a number of features in telegraphy and telephony. All these features are generated by electronic circuits. Wireless communication is a method in which communication takes place without any connecting wires, and we can have good communication over long distances. The communication with radio, television, satellite communication, mobile communication are some examples of wireless communication. Mobiles are very widely used and very commonly used with different types of features, and that is all because of this wireless communication. Audio systems such as public address systems and DVD players are used to communicate different types of sound systems. The other area of electronic applications is medical electronics. Even in medicine, whatever instruments are used for monitoring of the patient, for measurement of the parameters, for controlling various equipments are all based on electronics. Even for surgery, there are a number of instruments and devices which are used, which are basically all electronic devices. Some of these instruments are commonly used instruments such as ECG, EMG, EEG, CT scan, which are all electronic devices. ECG, EMG, EEG, they start with electro, meaning they are electronic devices. The electrocardiogram is for measurements of the heart pulses. EMG is for the muscle movements, and EEG is for the activity of the brain. We also have CT scan or the computed tomography, which is an electronic instrument or equipment to measure the different parameters of a human person and used for diagnostic purposes. Power electronics is also an important branch of electronics, where we have related to generation of power and supplying power to the systems. There are again in this varied applications like AC to DC, DC to AC, DC to DC, and AC to AC used for different types of applications. Power is required in computers, television, UPS, emergency light, mobile devices, international power adapters, light dimmers, and all of these use different combinations of electronic components which are connected together and they generate power. Optoelectronics is the study and application of electronic devices that source, detect, and control light. In this context, light often includes invisible form of radiation as visible light. So this is a branch of electronics which deals with the transfer of light. We have number of displays which are used to display information, such as we have rolling displays on signals, we have token numbers displayed in bags, we have some digital timers, we have clocks, and so many different types of LED, LCD displays which are used for displaying different type of information. Remote controls which are used for controlling on, off, and various other operations are used with infrared source and detectors, and they are used to control the operation of some remote device from a remote location. Optical character recognition, optical fibers are also examples of use of optoelectronics in day-to-day applications. There are a number of consumer products which are used. These are all applications of electronics used by average person every day in his homes or in his shops, which are commonly used. There are musical toys, electronic calculators, electronic watches, microwave ovens, washing machines, weighing machines, automatic door openers, lighting systems. These are some of the consumer electronic products which are used in day-to-day applications. In agriculture, number of electronic devices are used for betterment of the farmer's work. There are groundwater survey, moisture content of seeds, automatic water distribution, quality testing of the seeds, spatially variable insecticide, and various other systems which are brought to the aid of the farmers to help in the cultivation process. Instrumentation systems are made up of electronic devices. These are used for measurement, control, display, data acquisition, and as well for diagnostic purposes. Electronics is used for process control. The commonly used applications are PID controllers. They are used in automobiles, they are used in airlines for different purposes, for control mechanisms which are proportional, integral, and differential controllers, and based on the integral or proportional or differential error or the deviation from the set value, certain control mechanisms are automatically initiated so that these particular vehicular movements or flight movements take place without any errors. We have already talked of a computer. Computer is an application generated by electronics. Different electronic units, circuits are brought together to generate or to produce a computer. The computer contains the different blocks like central processing unit, I/O interfaces, memory, motherboard and chipset, disk drives, and on cards, which are all electronic devices. These are again the commonly used terms, the microprocessor and microcontroller, which are nothing but electronic integrated circuits. A microprocessor incorporates all the processing functions of the CPU on a single IC. A microcontroller is a small computer on the IC, which apart from the CPU also has internal clock, timers, I/O ports, and memory devices. So microprocessor is used for a variety of flexible type of operations, and microcontroller is used for specific embedded systems. There are even robust applications which are produced with different electronic gadgets or equipments. We have number of applications in multimedia, graphics, database management, weather modeling, CNC machines, virtual reality, which are all due to electronics. To name some specific applications, patient monitoring devices, ATM, digital camera, digital exchange, mobile phone, flight safety management, network devices, and number of features in automobiles. The automobile industry is also seeing a big shift towards electric cars, and all these will be managed with number of sensors and circuits which are coming from electronics. There are new applications such as electronic nose, smell-o-vision, electronic tongue, the IuSoft, which are used to have some different type of features. Electronic nose or the smell-o-vision TV, they can detect some, they can work like a nose and they can smell. These are devices which can smell some odors or gases and convert it into some application or control type of initiate applications. Tongue is used for a circuit which is used for tasting, and IoSoft is used to measure the pulses of the human being. All these electronic systems, they have a process of hardware, software, and co-design. So majority of these circuits, they use electronic components as well as some software programs, and together they are used to generate these embedded systems or good applications for specific applications. While doing this good co-design, the important features which are optimized are processing speed and performance, the frequency of change, the memory size and gate count, reliability, man-hour, effort, and cost. These are the things which have to be taken into consideration when designing any system. Thank you. So these were the general applications of electronics and a general idea that electronics is used in a wide range of areas and it is very commonly used. Thank you.